All right, we're in round two. This is not that exciting of a hand. 5 lands, Stroke of Genius, which is more of a card we want to ramp into. We do have the Scry though. Certainly not a very powerful hand. Even the Tangle Wire seems pretty underwhelming here. I think I'm gonna mulligan. I actually just don't like this hand. Doesn't do anything. All right, this one's indeed dangerous, but I think I'm gonna keep it. The fact that I've got Raphelos and a Green Sun makes it slightly safer. Granted, I need to actually draw a land to do anything, but there's quite a few things I could draw that make this hand just fine. Ooh, maybe we're playing against the Vamp aggro. All right, well, top decked what we needed, thankfully. And we're going to leave that on top because we need that too. So hopefully the Loxodon Warhammer is useful this game. I think our plan is to Raphelos into Green Sun. I don't know what we're searching for yet, though. Maybe try a Hermit? I think we're going for the Hermit. So I guess next turn he can level up, but then he can't quite. Or wait, can he? I guess next turn he could technically level up and kill my Raphelos. So, that does pose some issues. It's tough. I'm trying to think what I can do about that. Can't really play a Raphelos into a Gouldraz. Maybe I want a Green Sun into a Wood Elf. Can't even do that next turn though. Can't really do a Mana Elf. Wood Elf seems like the safest one to do, since it just doesn't matter if it dies. All right. Well, it turns out well, that's not necessarily true. I was going to say there's no way he could kill my Raphelos if I'd played it, but that's just assuming the only land he had in his hand was a tapped one, which I don't think is actually true. So he does have a Gouldraz Assassin, which is pretty good against us at the moment, but we basically just need to hunt up something with Green Sun that helps here. Summoning Trap's not bad. Let's get the Warhammer out there for now, although I guess Tangle Wire buys us the most time. Oh, I can tap Tangle Wire too. I didn't do that in match one. I don't know why. I don't play Tangle Wire much, so I just sort of forgot. Yeah, we're going to slam Tangle Wire here. This is actually kind of interesting. So what we get to do next turn is, if we draw a land, we get to play Raphelos safely, I believe, because our opponent's just... Maybe not, I guess. Whatever. This still slows my opponent down. And even though it slows me down too, I'm a little less concerned about it. I'm so much better suited in the late game that I'm prepared to drag this game out in sort of a stalemate fashion at the moment while I attempt to, find something. So, oh wow. All right. So we do fade first. Tap our Tangle Wire and a couple lands. Draw. I did get the second land, so next turn my opponent has to tap 3, which means be able to tap 3 lands and still be able to kill Raphelos. Don't really want a Green Sun so much either. Alright. Still okay. Guess at the very least next turn we can play a Warhammer. I guess if my opponent doesn't have anything. Geez, whenever any creature dies, that's pretty good. Man, Assassin's pretty awesome. Alright. So, tap these two, draw Mystic Snake, which currently I cannot play. So I guess we'll do the Warhammer, and we'll pass. Don't even have double blue yet for Mystic Snake, so it seems a ways off yet. Guess next turn we're likely just going to be Green Sun Zenithing for Wood Elves. Try and get into Summoning Trap range so we can hit an Emrakul. Seems like a decent game plan. Well, Sin Collector unfortunately is going to hit our Green Sun. Or I guess our Summoning Trap. Either one of those is still a problem, unfortunately, but what can I do? Gul'Draz got us on lockdown mode too fast. Couldn't do anything about it. Yeah, the Assassin's pretty amazing against us. So, I don't know which one he hits. Either one sucks, I guess, for him to hit, but I think I would prefer him to hit the green. I think I would prefer him choose Green Sun, because if I trap into an Emrakul, I think he's going to have a hard time. He did choose the Green Sun, which is interesting. Alright. So tap our Tangle Wire only, see if we get a land here. Nope, just a negate. Which doesn't seem all that useful. Orphelos just dies and makes this bigger in the process. That seems really bad. Alright, I guess I just leave up negate. Can't do too much else. Don't anticipate winning this if we don't draw lands, unfortunately. I mean, at least my opponent doesn't know about the negate. That's weird. I can't counter that. So it doesn't look like negate's going to be all that useful in this match, although that's not necessarily true. I assume my opponent's got some removal in there. Negate still could be good. Lacerator. Lacerator only. That's interesting. I think my opponent maybe thought I could play Mystic Snake. I could see that. Alright, Solemn works. Solemn does in fact work. So we'll find our second blue mana. Or wait, I don't think I can I? Oh, I guess I can, yeah. Alright, well, we'll get that then. So we can at least play the Mystic Snake. He can kill Solemn, and it's going to make the Assassin bigger too. Which sucks, but unfortunately I kind of need it. I don't know how else I can get to Summoning Trap range, so we're going to lose our Solemn, but we do get to draw a card, which I guess is good. We're going to take some pretty big damage here, unfortunately. I did find our land, so I think we're unfortunately just taking more damage than I can afford to, regardless. I can trap into Hermit, though, so there is an actual way to... or wait, am I just dead till level 6, 8, 11? Yeah, it's Xaxes lethal. Well, that's sad. Alright, well, kind of a disappointing loss there, but I guess I didn't think that one all the way through. Alright, well, disappointing loss, but I think it was a bad mulligan. And no, it was just a mediocre mulligan, and the Gul'Draz we just couldn't deal with, so it's a bummer, but there was no getting around that. I think the Riftwing might actually be better in this match for bouncing the Assassin and other level up or stuff like that. So maybe I cut the negate. I still think negate's likely useful, but we didn't really besides a Blade of the Blood Chief, we didn't see all that much. I think I'd rather be able to bounce, so see if we can't do this again and draw a little bit better. All right, let's try this again. Yeah, be able to keep this. At least get the jump on him a little bit with the Rafellos. I think I still want to Temple first, though. Well, that might be actually wrong. Get that extra Rafellos, 6 mana on turn. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go for the maximum Rafellos value. I think that's potentially better. If I get to go Rafellos into Wood Elves into play something else, that would be ideal. I mean, granted, I don't get to suspend my Cloudskate right away, but that's all right. All right, well, certainly interesting. All right. No removal yet for Rafellos, which is good news. And Garrick was an excellent draw. So now we get to Wood Elves plus Garrick. That's huge. So let's play the Wood Elves. I think we only get to get a basic forest. Yep. Tap for 4, Garrick. And don't need the land, so we'll spit out a beast. And then we'll pass. Pretty nice for a turn 3. Is it Exile too? Unfortunately, we're going to lose our Deep Analysis, which is a pretty good card here, but that's all right. Still in pretty good shape. Ooh, wish I could play that Mystic Snake. Let's Temple. See what's on top. We really don't need many more lands. No, I don't even think we need the Mystic, so we'll bottom that. I think I want to make another beast this turn, so let's swing with Wood Elves and Beast. And we'll spit out another beast and pass. No more value off for Fellows is kind of a bummer, but we're actually fine. I mean, we're already at Kozilek mana, which is just insane. Really goes to show you how good the ramp on Rafellos really is. Alright, well, at least Brimaz is not a vampire. So we get to bounce Brimaz too, which is just pretty insane here. Yeah, I think we're going to go for that. So let's just get Island. Yeah, this is actually insane. So we get to hardcast. This is actually just sweet. This is really cool. So we get to play Cloudscape. We get to bounce Brimaz. We get to swing. We get to Garrick, get Mystic Snake online. We get to swing with these 3. I guess not the Wood Elves for the Sin Collector blocks. So we can't kill Garrick. Yeah, this is great. So now we get to counter Brimaz too. And we are just extremely close to lethal at this point. Well, I'm going to counter that instead. All right, concession. That was cool. So opponents got some very big threats, Brimaz and Hero Bladehold. So it's like, it's interesting. It's not a very vampire-y deck. I think opponent just didn't get too many vampires, but trying to think if there's something that helps me more here. I don't think so. I do have the duplicant for his big threats, and the Cloudscape was huge there. Um, this is tough. I'm not sure. I feel like Loxodon, Warhammer is just so important in this match. We really only have duplicant and Cloudscape for his threats, so that's going to be tough on the draw. But we do have bigger threats in our deck. And I can't really sideboard anything else, so I think we got to try it again. I mean, like I said, we were at Kozilek mana really fast that game. Probably like turn 4 Kozilek mana. Ooh, this is nice. This is nice. I guess turn 2 Tangle Wire to buy us time is because Tangle Wire is, I feel like, infinitely more devastating against my opponent than it is against me. Although now I kind of want to go for the Solemn play, I guess. Solemn into Lotus. Hex Mage. That's not that. I guess that's actually good against the Tangle Wire, so that's a reason to not play Tangle Wire here. All right, let's Temple. Don't need the Mystic anymore, so we'll bottom that and then we'll pass. So next turn we get to go Solemn, and then Lotus, and then Baloths. I definitely want to play Baloths the turn I need to play it so I can immediately play a land and get good value there. Ah, that's too bad. So he got the jump on us, which is unfortunate, but can't do anything about that. So, all right. Getting tempoed out a little bit here. Ooh, that's too bad. Natural Order would have been great, too. So if I Tangle Wire now, my opponent just gets to tap and beat down. I don't like it anymore. So I guess we just play land and pass. Basically just playing Solemn to ramp plus block a Gatekeeper, which is adequate. No white mana from our opponent yet, which is good. Oh, that's too bad. Opponent did, in fact, have the white mana. No plays, though, which is good. All right, let's get a Solemn out there. Don't need any more blue mana, so we can just go for more forests at this point. Yep. And next turn, we at least have Baloth, but the problem is we do not have Baloth plus land, so I guess I'm a little more tempted to hold off on that till I can Baloth plus land, but I may not have that luxury. Opponent is getting in pretty rapidly. All right, not the worst. I guess it is the worst if it's Blade plus removal. That's pretty tough. I may, if that's the case, I may just cast the Baloth and hope my opponent doesn't have another removal spell. I either take 4 or I take 2, but this becomes 6 power. Doesn't seem great. Does not seem great. I think we're taking another 4 here. I don't love it. Admittedly, I do not love it. All right. Deep Analysis might be a little bit too late to try and hope to do that. It's a tough spot. I can pass Gilded Lotus and then pass the turn. I can also play Gilded Lotus plus Deep Analysis, but then I probably have a land drop for Baloth next turn. I think I do the Lotus plus Deep Analysis play here. I think that's my best one. Well, there's an Emrakul, but there's still quite a few manas away from that. So I think we're going to be at least attempting to block this turn. Gotta buy as much time as I can. So next turn we're going to go Baloth plus land, which isn't the worst. I think I kind of want to kill Gatekeeper now. It does make Hexmage 6 power first strike though. Guess I'd take it then. Alright, well, it's going to be pretty tough to beat, I guess. It's Xaxes lethal. It's kind of embarrassing and sad, but if I blocked, I don't know. It's a tough spot. I don't know what to say. I wish this game had panned out different, but it didn't. So I think we're just dead now, unfortunately. Just one of those unfortunate things. Let me see. What can I dig up to get me back in this? There's got to be something, right? Nothing? I see nothing. So it looks like we're just going to lose, unfortunately. Wish it had panned out differently, but just didn't do anything, unfortunately. Yeah. Well, unfortunate game, but we at least get one more match to see if we can't get a couple victories under our belt. But, yep, looks like we are, in fact, dead. I can't come up with any solution to win this. I'm trying to think if there's just any way at all I could get Warhammer immediately, and there really isn't. There's just no way to get Warhammer right now. There really isn't. All right, well, unfortunate loss, but hey, losses happen, and you have to accept them when they do. So I shall accept, unhappily, of course, but accept nonetheless. Might as well. Wish I could find Duplicant off the natural order. Man, that would be really beneficial right now. Or the Riftwing. That sucks. Raphaelos is kind of funny. Could potentially get us Emrakul next turn. I mean, if we lived. Whatever. All right, well, yeah, unfortunate loss, but hey, losses happen. So, kind of a bummer that he had the evasive bloodthirst for Xaxes, but so be it. Guess I'll see you in the finals. Hope we can get a victory there.